Sorry, folks. I got caught up in doing some brackets. I apologize. Let me get this on the YouTube real quick. It should be waiting for. I'm live, I believe. Hey, Ian, what's going on, man? I can't figure out why it got. YouTube is not working. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Hope all's well, Ian. Well, guys, we got a new sponsor for the show. Karen Berger Cigars. Karen Berger and Don Kiki Cigars out of Daytona Beach at Don Kiki Superstore. And tonight I'm drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade Black Cherry. Really good. Not good for your blood sugar, but good. What's up, Tom? Speaking of cherry, the wife got me into watching a new show on Netflix. And it's kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's got everything. I mean, it's got everything. It's got supernatural. It's got nudity. It's got a little bit of sex. It's got gore. It's got suspensefulness. It's funny in some ways, but it's a eight episode series, and it's called Brand New Cherry Flavor. Has nothing to do with the title whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. She said, we're going to watch this. And like, all right, what is it? Brand New Cherry Flavor. I was like, what? Mix it? All right, I guess. But it's only 8 episodes. So I said, we can finish it in 2 days, whatever. I can't even begin to describe what it's like. But myself and Morty Fax, the son of Mort on our show, our Tuesday show, we went to Mobile, Alabama yesterday and went to Havana Ray's cigar shop. And we actually went to Mobile because we both wanted to go to Chipotle and get the chicken carne asada, something like that. Chipotle is fantastic. So nobody else wanted to go. Morty and I went, and Chipotle was delicious. And then we headed over to Cigar Lounge, and we got there right about 12 when they're supposed to open. And we're standing there, and it's not open. Door's locked. So I text the manager, David Morrison, and said, Dave, we're waiting to get in. Are you guys open today? He says, yeah. He goes, nobody's there. I said, no. He goes, oh, he must be late. And I said, probably the time change. Sure enough, the guy showed up. I mean, customer service there is fantastic. He was very apologetic, this, that, and the other thing. I mean, it was like 15 minutes, which is no big deal. It was a little chilly out. But went up there and we bought some stuff. We bought the cigar I'm smoking right now, which I'll explain in a second. I actually bought one of these because I went there knowing they had it. I wanted to try it. And some other stuff, and he gave us a really nice discount. But I smoked yesterday this one. It's a box press Maduro, the Knuckle Sandwich by Guy Fieri, the food guy. I've heard some not so good things about it. What's up, Leo? But I want to try. I always want to try something for myself. No matter, and I highly recommend. We all know everybody's palate's different. So what's good for me might not be good for any one of you guys online. What's good for you might not be. I might not like it. It all depends. But I'll tell you this: that Knuckle Sandwich box press Maduro, made by Espinosa Cigars, was fantastic. Really good. I was very, very surprised. It was really good. So now I'm smoking the Habano Robusto, just regular rounds, I guess maybe 50, 55, maybe. But it's actually smoking pretty good. It tastes really good. I like that. The Maduro is really spicy. To me, it was spicy. I highly recommend it. Like I said online, it's Bones approved. Oh, we got this. Yeah. I'm a Giant fan. And somehow, some way, Michael Strahan gets his hands in everything. Well, it looks like he's going to be taking over Troy Aikman's place as announcing because Troy's moving on. And what's his name is moving to Kirk Herbstreit's moving from College Game Day to Amazon to do Thursday Night Football, but he's still staying with College Game Day. They say he's not leaving, so he's going to get double payday. Double payday. Lots more sports today than anything, other than gas being outrageous. Can't go anywhere. Can't fly anywhere. We flew my daughter down here for my birthday in July, and I think a round trip ticket was a little over $300. Well, now they want close to $1,800 for a round trip ticket to Omaha from here, from Gulfport to Atlanta to Omaha. Almost $1,800. It's nuts. Don't see it going down before maybe April. And the way it was explained to me, yeah, Russia's got, Ukraine got a little bit to do with it, but not as much as the fact that apparently back when Trump was still in office, this is the way it was explained to me. I got to do more research on this. I'm not absolutely 100% sure, but I believe this guy. That remember when crude was down to like negative a barrel, and I can never understand back then how it could be negative a barrel, but it was. And hold on, sorry, live chat. It was negative a barrel, so Trump made an agreement with manufacturers that they would halt production, not totally halt production, but slow down production, and we bring it, get it back to normal come April. Well, we're hoping, with that said, that it'll at least go down, somewhat, hopefully. Then, I don't know about you guys, but the governor of Mississippi, not the governor, but a state senator in Mississippi is trying to get a bill passed in the state Senate that they'll drop the state gas tax by 18.4%. I was like, why not just even 20 cents? It's another 1.6%. I mean, you're talking to 214 million, I think they said, and now it'd be a little over 200, but a little over 215, 16 million. At that point, just make it even 20, or make it 25. Do something, but help us out. This is crazy. We shouldn't be paying this kind of money for gas, man. At this time last year, though, they showed us and said it was $4.08, about the same time last year. I don't remember it being that high last year, or in 2008. No, 2008 it was this high. I'm sorry. So we're talking, it has been this high in what, 18, 10, 16, 15 years? I'd be happy if they just put it at 250 and left it there. I'd be okay with that. And I don't care if crude goes down to negative or whatever. I'll still pay 250 as long as I don't have to pay more than 250 if it goes up to what it is now, or $150 a barrel. Another thing somebody tried to tell me the other day, and I really don't know this because this definitely needs research, that out of a barrel of crude oil, and I'm not sure how big a barrel is. I was assuming it was 55 gallons. I don't know why I was assuming that, but that's what I was assuming. That you only get 1 gallon of gas. Is that possible? I don't know. I definitely got to do, because I'm really curious as to that. But remember all the byproducts that come out of that for petroleum jelly and plastics and all sorts of stuff the byproducts used it. But I just can't see 1 gallon of gas coming out of a barrel of crude oil. That's nuts. Unless it's absolutely true. Like I said, tons of sports. But first, cigars related. Last week, the FDA came out and banned all flavored cigars and cigarettes. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think it's crazy. They assume, I guess, the industry is trying to target teenagers and kids. There's no kids going to pay $10 to smoke a cigar. I have a hard time paying 10, 12, but I do because that's the ones I like. You get to 15, 20, nah, not so often. Those are special occasion cigars for me. But one of my favorites, I really did like the Opus X. I tried that a few years back. That was very good. I got 1 or 2 more sitting in my humidor. But somebody mentioned the Andalusian Bull, and I just had to get some just because they were highly rated about it. And I went down to Florida, Roz's Cigar Emporium, when I went to see my sister for Thanksgiving. And Mike, the owner there, was very, very nice guy. Customer service is fantastic. Rob is fantastic. Mike owns the shop. Rob does all the Cigars for Warrior stuff out the back. I don't, Leon, but I have small stickers, and actually small flags is not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea. I have T-shirts online at Cigar Enthusiast, but they're a little bit more expensive than I wanted them to be. I'm looking at another place. Actually, Coast Cigars, the Coast Cigar Shop was bought out by some friends of mine, and they leased a new building. Let me write that down. Are you talking like garden size flags? How big of a flag are you talking, Leo? I would assume garden, like the garden ones, like that just go on the little things in front of the garden and stuff. Flags. Wow, that's a really good idea. Never thought, you don't ever see those. Ooh. Wow, that'd be nice. That's a great idea. How about something like this? Let me show you. I got this from Frontline Cigars. But this is a wooden frame. But a flag about that big? Because that can be done, I think. I'm really surprised. That's a great idea. Let's see. Remember, right, this cigar. Yeah, the FDA. I don't know what you guys. Okay, I will check into that after the show. I got to go up to the shop anyway. I got to go get the wife cigarettes. She doesn't like my cigar smell, but she smokes cigarettes. After 30 years of being married, one day she brings me home this, and I highly recommend this. I said this before. If your wife doesn't like cigars, the smell of cigars on you, it's called Hello. They have a toothpaste and a mouthwash. And it works. I come home from the shop, I brush my teeth with the Hello, and then I go and mouthwash with the Hello, and it's gone. But I was giving her a hard time. I was like, after 30 years of being married, all of a sudden you're telling me I've been smoking almost probably about 18 years, and then you're telling me you don't like the smell of cigars on me? But I've never said anything in 30 years about cigarettes. Yeah, and you guys are all married. That didn't go over very well. We got to watch what we say. Tomorrow is her birthday. I wish her a happy birthday today. I think she's going to go out with the girls tomorrow night. I'm taking her out to dinner on Wednesday because she knows I got a show on Tuesday, and she's okay with that. I think. I didn't really ask. I just set it up that way. But anyway, we want to talk college or professional first. Let's go college first. I don't have much college. And FSU, and I'm a diehard FSU fan. I got everything. Bought a nice little statue today. probably yay big. It's about like a totem pole. It's heavy. I put it by the front door because I had to replace the garden gnome I had out there. It was kind of like almost a ceramic one. And I just came home from work, and the dog came busting through the door, wagging his tail and everything, and knocked it right off the table by the front door. Cracked it to pieces. The wife was going to try and fix it, but it's just way too many pieces. So I found this today at the sports shop on base. I work on Keesler, and it was on sale for like 30% off. So I bought it. Mike doesn't like it. I like it. She's a Duke fan though. And oh yeah, March Madness. I mean, I don't know why I didn't mention that, but let me go. So this FSU football player is holding out a practice because he's not making enough money in the NIL deal. I'm like, Mike Norvell, the coach, let him go. If he's not going to honor his contract and his scholarship or whatnot, let him go. If he thinks he can get more money somewhere else, let him go. And this is why I said the other day, I posted, I think the NIL deal is bad for professional sports. In my opinion, these kids are going to get to the point where they're going to make as much money in college, so why even go pro? If they have a good career, because we all know there's some really good college football players that don't make it in the pros. Johnny Manziel, Gino Torretta, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. Eric Crouch, Tim Tebow, it goes on. Great college football players not making it in the pro. They made their money in the college. They might not have ever tried to go pro. But it is what it is. And then I read another article today about there's a kid. It didn't say what school he was at, but it's saying this kid's going to make so much money. It's possible by the time he's a freshman in high school. Not a freshman in high school. I'm sorry. He's going into college this year, coming up. And they're saying by the time he's a junior, he can make up to $8 million on NIL deal in college, playing college football. Okay, the only way this is going to benefit a school if the NFL says you got to play 4 years of college, then you go pro. I think NIL is bad. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not pro announcer or analyst by any means, but I would not pay. No, you want money to play college football? You go, and you think you're that good? Go pro. I want to thank you all for coming on. I'm going to take a real quick break and announce some sponsors real quick. GTO Cigars in Montgomery, Alabama. And remember, those who know smoke GTO. Phone 334-538-2949. Doc Rodriguez will answer the phone himself and take care of you. And if you're not a fan of GTO or haven't smoked GTO, well, if you're not a fan of, I don't know, there's something wrong. But if you haven't smoked any, you need to try them. If you can't get them, let me know. There's not a bad cigar in the line. There's some tons better than others. His number one for the longest time for me and Mort, my partner on Tuesdays, was the Don Emilio. Then he came out with the La Cura, which is just, I can't say steps above Don Emilio, but it's above it, and it's really, really good. Then he gave us Ash Holes on Tuesday nights the opportunity to smoke his new one months ago before he put it into production, and we were both like, he's like, well, what do I need to change? And all three of us, like me, Mort, Mav, don't change a thing. Leave it just the way it was. Did he change anything? I don't know, but we'll find out because the new one comes out real soon. It's called 33 Oaks. And there's a little story behind that, and I found it pretty interesting. Basically, he said he's walking a trail in Atlanta with, I think, his wife and family, just him and his wife. And as he's walking, he's picking up all these tree leaves, and he said he found like 9 different oak leaves. He's like, oh, this is interesting. So he's just looking at, just started talking about it. Then he ran into a guy at the end of the trail, and they were talking, and he said, yeah, I found all these oak leaves, like 9 of them. He goes, dude, there's a lot more. There's like 33 different oak leaves. And he said that just kind of stuck with them. And it's what he ended up naming the cigar. There's some really good different cigar stories, not the standard ones, not just, I just named it after my daughter, or I named it this. I mean, those are really good. Stogie Road Cigars named one after his dad, Tony, the Big Tony. Fantastic smoke. Even better in the new Vitola, the Robusto versus the Toros. The Lanceros are fantastic. Speaking of Stogie Roads, Kurt Vahante and Kevin Shahan of Cigar Prop collaborated on what right now is listed on VSRFamCigars.com, the Buddy Pack. And what it is it's 6 cigars, 2 of each, number 1, number 2, number 3, SG1, SG2, SG3 for Silent Green. It's a play on the movie. There's a whole story behind it. It's very interesting. Hopefully, so what they're doing is it's the first cigar ever that has candela in the filler. Each one of the cigars, 1, 2, and 3, are all different blends, all different amounts of candela in it. They're not saying how much is in each one. Don't need to. What's up, John? And you buy the buddy pack, and it's called a buddy pack because it's got 2 of each. You give 3 to your buddy, or you split the pack, and you each smoke one, and you decide which one you like the best. And you go online, and on their VSR Fam, there's a QR code, and you scan that QR code, and it takes you right to the survey. You answer a few questions, and then you say which one you like the most, 1, 2, 3, and why. And whichever one wins is the one they're going to put in production. I think today I saw a post that he said there's a 3-way tie right now. I can't see it because the one I picked was, to me, it was so close to one and a lot, I wouldn't say a lot farther, but in front of the third one. So yeah, go on, buy it. It's only $47.95 for 6 premium cigars, and they're really good. All 3 of them are good, but one really stands out for me. $47.95. They're almost out. You need to go and get some. I'm looking. Let's go pro. That's more Cigar Talk. Stogie Press has a list. You go to their website, stogiepress.com. They got a list of must-attend megahertz between the Big Smoke and I mean, Jimmy lists them all. And while you're there, you can just go and look for any cigar you want. They're listed there. If you want to smoke it, it's probably on there. And he reviews it, he rates it, and he does a fantastic job of filling you in on the cigar. I learned a lot from him. I still got a lot to learn. Stogie Press. There we go. Okay. And then Smoke in the Creek, August 12th and the 13th. If you like boutique cigars, that's the place to be. $150 a ticket, $200 for a VIP ticket. You get there on Friday night. You get a dinner. You get hang out with the manufacturers, with the owners. The swag is pretty dang good. Came away with quite a bit last year. I didn't get to go last year. I bought the ticket. I ended up going in the hospital the day before everybody was leaving. We head up there on Thursday. The hotel is booked strictly for this year. I think they booked the whole hotel for the festival. I have my room is booked. My ticket's bought. Last year I was the first one to buy a ticket. I didn't do it this year. By the time they posted it, I was already at work. I couldn't do it. But I first one to buy last year. I didn't get to go, but they hooked me up. They gave my stuff to Morty Facts, and they brought it back for me in a car. I'm probably going to drive because if I can't get a ticket to Omaha for less than $1,800, just about $1,800, I can't imagine what it costs to fly to Indiana. So I'll probably just take a couple of days to go up, visit some cigar lounges on the way up. Stop halfway there, find that's got a decent cigar lounge, stay the night there, and then go up the next night. Get there on Thursday. They have a party outside usually to hang out over in front of the fire. Party there and spend whatever doing Friday, going to Illinois, doing whatever. And then Saturday going to the festival all day and head back on Sunday. Take a day. I don't know. It all depends. If I feel like driving 12 hours, I'll drive 12 hours. But 12 hours is a long time. What? You have Doc Caffey, Armin from DAV. Bruce is going to be there from Karen Berger. I'm going to be there. Morty Facts is going to be there, I'm pretty sure. Jose, Kevin Thompson from Ash and Ember in Arkansas. It's just a ton of folks that are on that you see the names online all the time. They'll be there, man. Leo, I'd have to look at the map, man. It's in Martinsville, Indiana. I'm not quite sure how far St. Louis is from Martinsville. Oh, my ex-wife lives in St. Louis. Well, south of St. Louis in Evansville or something like that. So let's go professional football first. I'm a diehard Giant fan, and I'm getting disappointed. I was very happy with who they picked up as a head coach, who they picked up as a general manager. But what they're starting to do now, I know they're going to make room for salary caps and all this good stuff. And I'm not, I deal with big money during the day, but I'm not a, $1 billion business. I think my budget at work is, I can't say, is big, but not quite that big. It's like one player salary, one big player salary. But, Giants, I like Daniel Jones, the quarterback. Give the kid a break. He's young. I know it's not 6:29. Yeah, maybe it is. Is that time right? 6:30? Anyway, I like Daniel Jones. They give him a break. They haven't done what they needed to do to help him out. But they were looking at, and the rumor was happening yesterday that Mitch Trubisky was looking at the Giants and or the Steelers, and that he was leaning towards. I did, Leo. I'm getting to that. That's on the list too. Mitch Trubisky said today he's going to sign with the Steelers tomorrow for 2 years. All right, Mitch. See you later. We don't need you. Get me somebody else. Who I don't know. I'll take Jameis Winston if the Saints are going to keep him. I like Jameis. And yes, Tom was the number one thing on my list for pro football. We had this discussion all the time in the cigar shop. Okay, is he the best quarterback ever? And my argument always is no. There's many more talented quarterbacks. Tom Brady by far is the most decorated quarterback ever. That's a fact. There's no denying that. 7 Super Bowls, MVPs, years, whatever. He said he was retiring this year. And you know what? He never really retired. Do you think, Leo? He never really retired. He never signed retirement papers, never did any of that, and the season never started. Now, if the season started and they played a few games and then he came out and said, no, I'm going to play again, I would see that's coming out of retirement. But he didn't officially retire. He said he wanted to retire. Never really, really retired in my eyes. So, no, he didn't retire. Now, what about – on top of that, Leo – and guys, what do you think? Yeah, right? Absolutely, you're correct. There's a way for them to beg for him to stay. And I don't know why. I mean, he's good, but he's going to – I think if he goes back, he's going to get hurt. And I don't want to see that. I like watching him play. He's fun to watch. It's like give him the ball less than 2 minutes, and it's like, oh, shit, it's over. But no sooner when they posted that last night, on ESPN, maybe 5 minutes earlier, what came across on the lines, on the news clips and everything was that the last football that he threw the last touchdown he threw, that football, his last touchdown football sold at auction for $518 plus dollars. $518,000 plus dollars. 518,000. Could you imagine how you would feel? It was, I can't imagine having that kind of money, let alone be able to waste it on a football. Okay. If I was a billionaire, a multi-millionaire, maybe if I knew for a fact he was going to retire. And that's what the guy thought. I don't think the guy would have spent $518,000 on a football knowing as soon as he bought that at auction, 5 minutes later, the news is going to come out that he's not retiring. I don't think the ball's going to be worth shit now. Some people think it's still going to be worth it's not worth nothing. They sold it as Tom Brady's last touchdown. The football was his last touchdown. Not his last touchdown now. If he comes into those one more touchdown, to me, that ball ain't worth shit. But then again, those of us that collect anything, whether it's football memorabilia, baseball, or hockey, or basketball, whatever, we know as collectors, the item we want is worth whatever we're willing to pay for it. Now, I was willing to pay good money I'm a Florida State fan, and I've been looking for years, and I finally found one. I got a few months back. It is a full-size Rydell helmet, Florida State helmet, dark helmet, emblem on the side and everything, signed by Charlie Ward, Jameis Winston, and Chris Winkie, all certified. The whole thing is certified. It's got COA. I got every JSA certified, and I got it for what I was willing. I was willing to pay probably $450, $500 for it, but I got it for $350 with the case. It's a beautiful helmet. I love it. Even my wife likes it, and she likes Florida State football, but she is a basketball Duke fan like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, I don't. We talked about the rivals, football. There were a couple of, I hate to, I bear bad news, but Scott Hall, the bad guy from WWE back in the day, he passed away today or yesterday. William Hurt, the actor, he passed away. Let me see. What bothered me was my team's quarterback retired after 18 seasons with the Steelers, and all the NFL shows were about Tom Brady and nothing but about Ben Roethlisberger. That pissed me off. Well, first off, I don't know why you're a Steelers fan. If you're from St. Louis, how come you're not a Cardinal fan? Well, no, not the Cardinal, a Ram fan. I like Ben. Ben did it the right way. He stayed with one. You don't see that anymore, staying with one team. Ben can't come out of retirement, though. He's not physically able to. I think as a Steelers fan, you would know, you would realize it and probably agree to say that he's probably couldn't get another year in. I know he took him to the first round of the playoffs, but it's time for him to go. Brady could probably really play another year or two if he wanted to, but I just really think he's pushing his luck, and I really don't want to see him play, 23 years? Now, how many years did he play? He's 45. He's 40. Yeah, play 23 years and then come, say I'm going to retire and draw my life with Giselle. Why wouldn't you stay retired and then come back and then get hurt? We did some research today, and we were looking online. We're like, oh, how much is he worth and how much is Giselle worth? Tom Brady net worth is $200 million. $200 million. A lot of money. His wife is worth twice that. Giselle's net worth is $400 million. You got $600 million in the bank. Why would you want to play professional football and take the chance of getting hurt and not being able to enjoy, that time? Let's see. We also got our sponsors, StogiePress.com and Boston Jimmy. Love you to death, Jimmy. Thanks for all the help you ever give me. And new sponsor to the show, K by Karen Berger and Don Kiki Cigars. For more information, just contact me anytime. PM me. If you're anywhere in Florida, they have a shop at Don Kiki Superstore in Daytona Beach. I haven't been there yet. Next time I go to Florida, I will go. I might meet Bruce on a couple of trips this year, depending on how long a drive they are. Who I'd like to see the Giants get now that Mitch Trubisky is going wayside to the Steelers is people might be Deshaun Watson. Okay, he got the Leo. What do you think? Okay, he was up on all those charges. Like 22 women are suing him for whatever they say they're suing him for. But the grand jury did not find sufficient evidence to charge him with any crime. So with that said, he sat out a year of football. If he comes back this year, you think the NFL is going to penalize him some way, somehow? I think they're going to overstep their bounds and say, yes, they are, even though they shouldn't. I'm not saying he didn't do anything. We don't know what he really did, but if the grand jury said there's not enough sufficient evidence to charge him with anything, how can the NFL get off on hitting him with anything? They're going to try. I think they're going to do their own investigation, make the determination. It's bad enough he's still got 22 women actively suing him in civilian court, civil court. So we'll see. I don't agree with all that crap either. But one of the biggest things I got today is the fact that I love to play golf. We were watching the tournament today at the shop, and my favorite golfer of all time, I don't care what anybody says, yeah, he did some stupid shit. Tiger Woods. When I was 5 years old, he would bring me to U.S. Steel details. I really liked the fact that the steel only details on one side of the helmet and shoes. That's right. They're the only team that's ever had. They've only had 3 coaches for the life of that team, that club, the Steelers. Leo, you're older than I am. Got me I'll be 61 this summer. But yeah, that's pretty impressive that they've only had 3 coaches, because nowadays, they go through coaches like it's not, they're not winning, get rid of them. But they're sticking with Tomlin. I like Tomlin as a coach. I really do. I really like Bill Parcells. I wish they didn't let him go. They should have paid him what he wanted, give him what he wanted. But that's pretty cool, Leo. 5 years old. You've been a Steeler fan since you're 5 years old. 58 years. That's pretty cool. I think I started watching the Giants. What was I? 12? Maybe when I was 12. I started getting into watching football. But so, folks, I'm going to be giving out some cigars next week, some Karen Burgers, for sponsoring the show. They're sending me some stuff to hand out. It's a great smoke. If you haven't smoked any, Karen Burger makes a very good cigar. But I'm gonna head out. I want to thank you for signing on. It's a short one tonight. I will be back in 2 weeks on what? On the 28th of March. It's almost the 28th of March already. You know what that means? That means it's time to take the cover off the pool. It was 75 degrees today. And once we start staying in the mid to high 70s consistently, it means 2 things. Golf and the pool cover comes off. Yes, it does. But I want to thank everybody for signing on tonight. I appreciate all you guys. I love every one of you. And Leo, I will check into those flags. Thanks, folks. Stay smoky and be safe.